What's up, everybody? I'm Jeremy, one half of the Dudaries here, and today I'm going to be bringing you kind of a rant video. As just like a lot of you, I'm a huge fan of the Amiibos, and the Amiibo craze has frankly gotten really out of hand, especially with this recent Wave 4. Now, just to kind of give you a little perspective about what I'm going to be talking about here is Todd. He's not with me today, but he kind of gave me a little bit of insight onto what happened to him yesterday. Yesterday was the 2nd, April 2nd, and GameStop opened up their pre-orders. Both me and Todd, Todd still kind of currently works for GameStop a little bit. I used to work for GameStop, so we have a lot of friends that are still kind of in there and gives us the heads up on when things are going to happen. So we knew that, a few days ahead of time that that the pre-orders were going to start yesterday on the 2nd at 2 p.m. here Central, and we live here in Iowa. So both Todd went over to a different GameStop. I went to my local one, which is closer to my house, and I got there about a half hour early, about 1:30. Was going to trade in some stuff. Well, there was a pretty significant line already when I got there. So I was, maybe 4th or 5th, in line, as when we finally everybody did line up, and 2 o'clock rolls around, and GameStop's computer system crashes. Now, why it crashed, I can't really say. I largely believe it's because every GameStop nationwide had opened all at the same time, and I just think that created hell for them. So it was not a smart decision on GameStop to do it that way, but they may have had their hands tied. I can't say, and I'm not defending them. This could have been totally Nintendo's. But the fact is that Todd, on his end, he got fed up waiting with the GameStop he went to get their crap worked out, and I proceeded to actually stand in line for about an hour and 40 minutes before I actually got to the counter. And I wasn't going to order a ton of Amiibos. I wanted to get Ness, Lucina, Robin, and the Splatoon triple pack. The second person in line, the computer system freaked out when they actually started able to process orders, and it kicked out all of the Fire Emblem Amiibos. And then the next person after that, it kicked out a bunch more of Amiibos. So by the time I got up there, I managed to just luckily get a Ness and the Splatoon triple pack before everything sold out. And it was absolutely just ridiculous, considering I'd been there for an hour and and 40 minutes, and by the time I actually get there to order my stuff there, I would have already been able to do it, and it worked on time. So that was really, really irritating, and I just want to strangle whoever's bright idea it was to do this. And the fact is that there was no in-store pre-orders this time. Everything was done through their web in-store system. So you had to pay for everything in full. And to top it off, GameStop has canceled, up to my knowledge, their selling of them on their website. So you can't even order them online. Well, we come to today, April 3rd, having learned that Toys R Us was going to release their Greninja exclusive, which is, of this entire wave, besides the Splatoon figures, was the only Amiibo that I've wanted. There's 2 Amiibos that I've said that I've wanted since they first started. I've wanted Greninja, and I've wanted Zero Suit Samus. And I know that they were going to release the Greninja on their website along with all the other Wave 4 figures this morning, and it happened about 3 a.m. Central. Well, it was also, they were supposed to have in-store pre-orders. Well, I got up, took my wife to work, and went and waited at Toys R Us. I got there an hour and a half before they opened at 8:30. So they opened at our current one, my local one, it opens at 10 o'clock. And, I'm sitting out there. There's only one other guy that was waiting there for me. We get in there. They're not taking pre-orders in the store. Their entire pre-order for Greninja and all their Wave 4 amiibos was canceled because they sold out online in 15 minutes. So they canceled all in-store pre-orders, which apparently they're going to take pre-orders for them later, but not for like 3 or 4 weeks, is what I've been told, talking to 2 different store managers of the Toys R Us that are here local to us. So whether or not that's true is beyond me. So the question is, whose fuck up is this? Is it GameStop, Toys R Us, or Nintendo? I mean, and we haven't even talked about Target with Jigglypuff, and frankly, I just don't care about Jigglypuff. But whose mess is this? Because there seem, I want to believe that it's not necessarily GameStop and Toys R Us having their, making this kind of decision to do this kind of business model with these. I feel like it's maybe Nintendo sticking their hands in there, trying to stop scalping, which I can get that. That's reasonable, understandable, and the scalping market is terrible. I mean, I jumped on eBay here just a moment ago before I recorded this and looked at Greninja's amiibo. He's currently already selling for over $100 on eBay. Those are for the buy it nows, not any of the auctions. Some of the auctions have already hit over $200 in bids, which is ridiculous. I don't know why Nintendo seems to think that they can print 10 of like the Fire Emblem figures, 900 Marios, when it doesn't need to be that way, considering that the amiibos as a whole sell really well. And I've seen that from my time when I worked at GameStop, is amiibos sell. They don't really sit around unless they're older figures, or the ones that they flood, like Mario, Pikachu, they're more common, big name faces. But the ones that really sell are kind of the ones that are, popular, niche, fan bases, Fox, Captain Falcon, Little Mag, the ones that are unique, they don't see a lot of, and it really bothers me that they don't realize this, and that we constantly have, really terrible scalping situations like the one I encountered during Wave 3 with a Rosalina. My wife, she likes Rosalina a lot. I wanted to get her a Rosalina as a gift, so this is, I didn't have a Wii U when it first came out, and I just recently got one a couple months ago. And so I go online trying to find a Rosalina, end up on Craigslist, and I find this guy who's living, he lives in a town about 30 miles from here, according to his post. He had 9 cases of 48 figures. He had pictures upon pictures upon pictures of just Rosalina figures. Rosalina, for those that you don't know, was sold only at Target, and was supposed to be 1 per person. So this person had to have known somebody, or somehow figure out a way to order in bulk. But the fact was, this guy was selling them at $40 a piece, and he had just a tremendous amount of figures. And it's just ridiculous that someone can get this many of them. And the more I get into amiibos, the more I'm starting to hate them. I love the figures, I love Nintendo, I love Nintendo games. But honestly, I wish they were more like Skylanders and Infinity. I really wish they were more like Infinity. There needs to be some more in-game connectivity other than some virtual fighter you train, or a character you play on a game board with Mario Party, or however it's going to work with Splatoon, which is probably going to be some kind of character stats or customizable character that you play with. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work like Smash and it's another AI that helps you. But with Infinity, the first thing about it is that stands out is that you can find them. The 1.0 figures, the early ones, they're a little harder to find. You got to kind of go in the secondhand market to get those now. With the few exceptions, you find some here and there in the Best Buy, Toys R Us. But, you know, the 2.0 figures, like, I'm looking at my shelf, which is right above my computer where I'm recording right now. I have most of the 2.0 figures. There's a few I'm missing. Like, example, Venom. I don't have Venom for the Spider-Man set. But if I want Venom, I can find him. I can go out. I know, you know, I can go to GameStop. I'm pretty sure I could go to Toys R Us. There's a local, you know, mom and pop game store here. I know that they have them. I've seen them several times. He just kind of is on the shelf. But I know that I can find them. And it's, you know, I don't have to go online and spend $30 to $50, you know, $100 on them like some of these Amiibos. And I really wish Nintendo would rectify this. Nintendo, please fix this. There's no need to have this shortage. You know, I know that you like to limit your supply and drive supply and demand like you did with the Wii and several other games. But there's no need. You create this scalping market for yourself, which is driving your own profits down overall. You know, other people are making money on your product. And it's not fair, it's not right, and it hurts most of us, your loyal fans. So please fix it before I stop buying them, because I'm really close. And there's only one more Amiibo that I want, because odds are now I'm going to have to buy a Japanese Greninja whenever it comes out, because I'm not going to spend $50 to buy one here in the US when I can buy a perfectly good Japanese one, spend a little bit more and get it shipped here. You know, please don't make the giant mess when, you know, you have Zero Suit Samus come out. She's my favorite. And that's really what I got to say about it. So if you guys stuck around through this whole little nonchalant rant here, you know, please, if you like the video, give it a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. This is kind of a new thing that we're going to try to do, is a little bit more variety on the channel. I apologize for our absence. Life has kind of happened, and my phone is interrupting my recording session. So I apologize for that. I will kill the person that is calling me and texting me. So again, you know, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.